Okay, let me share my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, all right. Okay, so far, can you summarize whatever we have come across in terms of deliverables?
Like yesterday's?
Yeah, so far.
Yeah, yesterday's class I couldn't go through because I did not get time. But so far
No,
we
no.
have,
What topics did we cover? Yeah, that's something that I wanted.
like yesterday,
Yes. No, we had looked into a few documents, right?
about, yeah, we looked upon project charter. We looked upon the uh, like where we have assumptions, testing assumptions, and exceptions.
Okay.
We looked upon those things, and uh, there were three documents, like
Mm-hmm.
a final document. I don't remember the name, but there were three documents. Like one, it was like the consultants would get all the details, and the PM will summarize in one sheet, and with reference to SAP, there are numbers, sequence numbers, which will be available in the contract, and which will be
GSI, Global Scope Item.
global scope item. So
Yeah.
which would be like agreed upon with the vendor and the customer, and the PM will act according to that, will take those as reference, and that would be the final sheet, the final
Okay. So
summary.
do you see my screen now?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So just to summarize precisely, we looked upon the project plan. That is number one. Number two is project charter.
Mm.
Okay. Plan is basically the schedule and the WBS and the phases and things as such. Charter is basically the
I
documentation,
lost your voice.
wherein is it okay now? Is it better?
Yeah.
Volume is also at 100. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. No, I can
Are you
hear
able to
you.
hear it well?
Yeah, yeah. For a few seconds, it got
Okay.
me. Yeah.
Okay, okay, fine. So project charter, wherein we looked at the scope. Yesterday we were also looking at that scope, right? Few scope details, which is technical scope, functional scope, integration scope, data migration scope, then testing and training scope. These are all the certain scope items that we will capture as part of the charter. And apart from that, you will also have a few things which is like the progress metrics to monitor the activities that we have as part of each phase, then assumptions and exclusions, and then followed by a few other items which is for the project risk, the project communication. All this stuff probably will fall under the project charter. Okay,
Okay.
then comes your data migration, testing, and training. Three things. Before this, there's one more thing, which is GSI confirmation report,
Mm.
wherein you will be asked, I mean, the consultants will prepare a list up to L3. Until L1, L2, L3, you will have it in the contract. L4 level, the consultants will prepare during the prepare phase, and based on the L4 level, they will start preparing the system, which has to be showcased during the explore phase, during the fit to standard session. Okay,
Yes.
this is about the GSI report. So we have again recapped about project plan, project charter, and GSA confirmation. So based on these things, we will prepare something called as three things, which is basically data migration. See, this depends again. Sometimes this data migration will happen as part of prepare. Testing strategy and training strategy, we will be doing it as part of the explore phase. Okay. However, the baseline has to be ready. It's better to keep the baseline ready. That's why I'm asking you to, or that's why I'm focusing upon this three strategies and plan during the prepare phase itself. All right. You have the baseline ready. If you feel there is any additional things that you need to take care of, additional strategies that needs to be put in place, additional plans that needs to be devised, you can do it in the explore and add it to the second version of the document and circulate it to your team members.
Okay.
Okay. So what is there in data migration, testing and training also, we on a very high level we looked upon, right? So the details of that will anyway go through it in the work stream sessions. Okay,
Okay.
what is
I
left
want
now?
to inform
Yeah.
you that I have my S user ID created now.
Okay, great. So with this yes user, you can now access roadmap viewer, you can access best practices, basically that me.sap.com.
Okay.
So that is your single stop, one stop hub for you. So whatever information you need about SAP, you can probably get it there. Okay, I would ask you to get into the details of roadmap viewer. Try to explore that whenever you get some free time in your, in your office timings or whenever you're free sometime. You just explore those roadmap viewers. That is the baseline for you. Okay, tomorrow if the session got over after 2 months or 3 months, if you have to recollect, yes, recordings are there. But still, if you
Mhm.
want to keep yourself updated and you want to read through something very theoretically, then that is the right place for you to understand Activate. All right. So today we will look into two things, which is one project kickoff PPT, the other one is project management plan. Okay, this project
Yes.
management plan, I think I don't have any template, but anyway, on a very high level, I'll again explain you what are all the different contents that will be there. This kickoff PPT, I do have a template that I can showcase to you now. All right. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I was saying that your voice is breaking little bit in between and then it's smooth. Like I think there's some
Is
network
it? I
issue.
think my signal is fine. Can you maybe check from your end once? Is your signal strength good?
Yeah, it's good at my place too. Like not
Okay.
very.
If there's something that you don't hear,
Yeah, I'll.
let me know.
Yes.
Stop me there.
Yes.
All right. So now let me mark these things as green so that I'll remember. So what is left is these two. One first thing is, so what's the sequence that we spoke about? We prepare the project plan. By this, we can have the schedule ready. And then
Mm.
based on this, we'll start preparing the kickoff PPT using the documents, which is project plan, and then the TP and the contract, technical proposal and the contract. All right. This is one such example. Okay.
Okay. Mhm.
This is probably a very short kickoff meeting that we had for a project. However, usually this is not the case. It will be prolonged, and your contents can be prepared according to the timeline of the presentation. Okay,
Mhm.
you can get into the details according to your target audience. So in here, it was all management people, so we did not get into the details of each and every module and talk about that. Instead, we kept it very high level.
Okay.
Okay. So depending on your target audience, the content and the agenda would differ basically. Right. So
Mhm.
key project objectives is basically what you're trying to do out of your implementation. This is your objective. Okay. Then comes your scope of work. So whatever we discussed, right? Functional and technical scope of work. 8 functional modules. What is part of data migration? What is part of testing? What is part of training? Same set. It's just that you're going to put it in a very simpler format and you're trying to cover it up on a very high level. Whatever is in your charter, probably all those information, whatever is in your project charter, whatever is in your project management plan and project plan. These three will form the foundation of to prepare the kickoff PPT.
Okay.
Okay, apart from the TP, I mean. So you will put all the scope items, and so I've said 8 functional modules, right? What are all those functional modules is listed here. I mean, whatever you see on the screen is just for your reference. This is not an ideal presentation that you need to have. This is just for your reference that we are talking about. And then you have a high level project plan: April, May, June, July, August, September, October. What phase, what project, what is the phase we will have. Okay.
Yeah.
Then here we are talking about 2 different plans. So for 2 different plans, it's a simultaneous go live if you check. But if you remember, you also spoke to me about waves concept,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, so projects can be executed in waves as well. So for example, if there are 20 different companies under one parent company, there are chances that 4 or 5 companies will go in the first wave, and again 4 or 5 companies in the second wave. The rest of the companies, which are all small companies and very less users, less transactions, in the third wave. This can also be a possibility, which means here it is sequential. So this plan particularly is going live by October. 5.56, which is a different plan, is also going live by October. So both are going simultaneously, parallelly, basically. In
Okay.
some cases, there might be chances that this will go live, then the next plant will start. We will start the explore phase after go live of plant A.
Okay.
So this depends on the strategy that you're trying to put. This will happen. This will be decided at the time of pre-sales itself, like I told you. During your contracting, you will decide, irrespective of whether you're involved or not with your sales, pre-sales, and business teams. They will decide at that stage itself, and then whatever will come to you will just be a high-level plan like this, and you will have to build on top of that. Okay, maybe if they say 1 month for deploy, you can probably push it to the end of the month for best practice reasons. So that is your call. However, the timeline will not change. 1 month of prepare, 2 months of explore, 3 months of realize, 1 month of deploy will not change. Within this, you can manipulate probably. If it is October end, the expectation will be October end. If there is any genuine reasons for which it has to be prolonged, then yes, you need to go for a meeting, discussion, get it approved, then prepare your plan accordingly. Okay, this is on the high level project plan. Then comes your project organization structure. Basically wherein you put all your team member structure. So, like how we discussed, the business unit head, then below that program manager, then project manager, under project manager, functional team leads, technical team leads, basis lead, under functional team, functional consultants, technical consultants, who's what.
Mm-hmm.
Then, speaking of the other side, how about the customer side? I mean, customer side, you need not explain, it's already there. However, this is something that you have to present to the top management, how your organization structure is, put in place for the project execution from the vendor side.
Okay.
Okay, this slide will talk about that, and then project escalation. How do you escalation? I mean, what's the escalation matrix on both the sides? So this is for the customer, this is for vendor. Then team member details. So for plant A, basically I was talking about business owners, business process owners, core team members, right? So
Yes.
these are the people who will be part of that. So if you have to put this, what is the prerequisite? You need to conduct the stakeholder identification workshop before this. Got it, no? So all these are dependent. So only after you complete that workshop, you'll be able to prepare a content for this thing. And only after prepare a plan, you'll be able to put this high level plan and agree or communicate the go live date. Okay, so it has dependencies. So now we have covered. I mean, we have put the plan TA, who is the team member. Similarly, plan B, who are all the team members, who are all the stakeholders. Also from vendor side, who is the project team members. Okay, so you'll have to put all these things. Then comes your user engagement calendar. I was referring about user engagement calendar, right? So
Mm-hmm.
this is a very high level of that, but you will have to prepare in detail. This is just a very high level. At what phase, what happens? So within May, you have 5 weeks. And in which week, which workshop will happen?
Okay.
So do you see here? There is a color coding. And with the
Yeah.
color coding, we have also given 2 to 3 hours per session, 2 sessions per day.
Uh, Sunil, can you please increase the font little bit?
Okay. Um,
Yeah. Yes.
or maybe I'll make it to 150, then put it in slideshow. Is it better now?
Yes.
Is there a pointer that I can use? Actually, no. Okay. So we have different color coding options.
Mm-hmm.
There is a pointer. So we have different color codings, right? So this color codings will indicate what is the session and why. I mean, basically why it is used. So 2 to 3 hours per session, 2 sessions per day. For what? For baseline build demo, then data migration, then solution walkthrough, train the trainer, these things, which basically will involve the key users alone, and that will require almost 2 to 3 hours, and per day 2 sessions, one in the morning and one in the forenoon and afternoon, basically.
Okay. So I have often seen like
Okay.
in my organization there is some demo session like for a whole week there was a demo session. So I can consider that like whatever you are talking about, train to trainer. Can I consider that?
I think your voice was not. Uh, your voice got distorted. So can you come back?
Oh, okay. No, I was saying that in my organization with one of the client, I saw there were demo sessions almost for a week,
Okay.
for 1 week.
Okay.
So I can consider that as the train to trainer workshop.
No, demo for what purpose? The context has to be there.
It was open text demo session.
Okay, open text demo for I mean two cases are there. Like I told you, one after your implementation, when you're taking it to your pre and post. So you can pre, during, and post. You can do a demo during three phases. A vendor can give you a demo before implementation to impress you with the product and to get the project. This is demo number one. Demo
Mm-hmm.
number two is I've collected the requirements, I have configured the system. I will showcase the demo to you so that you will understand whatever that you gave me as requirements is there in the system, which is basically the solution walkthrough. It's a demo basically of your solution. That happens during execution. After completion, to the end users, the key users can give training. That again will become as a demonstration, as a training session. So there are three phases. I don't know
Oh,
which
I think
phase
uh,
you guys were in.
I think last one after
Okay,
implementation. Yeah.
yeah, after implementation, if there is happening, that will happen to the end users, people who are going to use the open text system.
Uh,
Okay, so all
okay.
of these are covered here. Basically, if you see a GSI workshop, both BPOs and key users should be there. Then fit to gap analysis workshop. Then fit to gap analysis workshop and explore phase. Continuation. Backlog prioritization workshop. Are you able to relate to these terms that you see on the screen?
Yeah. Yeah.
No? Okay. Baseline build demo. Okay. Then solution document. backlog confirmation. So you're able to relate to these terms, right? Any particular terms which you're not aware of in this?
No, I think I know.
Okay,
Data
fine.
preparation is the documentation.
No, data preparation is for data migration. Yesterday we were talking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has to start preparing the data right during the explore phase itself. When do you share templates?
Uh, Templates in the like when the prepare phase is done and when we are actually documenting what is needed, what is not, the final
No,
process.
no. Templates needs to be shared as part of the prepare phase itself. So I was talking about three different workshops, right? One is
Mm-hmm.
GSA confirmation, other one is data migration, other one is interface inventory workshop.
Yeah.
Three different workshops. The purpose of three workshops is data migration to identify which objects are applicable. Okay, before this, what did we discuss yesterday? You need to discuss about the GSI and prepare the L1, L2, L3, L4 business processes such
Mm-hmm.
that you will know what is the migration object applicable for the customer. Correct? So you
Yes.
complete GSA confirmation workshop first, which is basically for the consultants to discuss, ask questions, and identify which processes are there for L1, L3, L4. For two, you do a data validation workshop, wherein the consultants will download the templates, identify which objects are migrated into the system, then how to fill the data and prepare a strategy. This is basically the output of data migration and data migration plan and approach strategy basically. Okay. Number three is interface inventory, which is you prepare whichever is the systems, third party systems you're going to integrate with. You prepare a high level information of what are all the integration scenarios that you're going to do. Number two is you have to basically understand within that scenario what are all the fields you will share, what fields you're expecting share, what is the type of integration, basically asynchronous or synchronous, who is going to do what, how does the API function trigger, what's the frequency, all these technical things the integration lead will discuss with the third party applications team and finalize.
Okay.
Okay, this happens as part of prepare only. Okay, I think I remember telling this to you when you were giving me a presentation on prepare phase and discover phase. Okay, maybe you can check those recordings, sir.
Yes, I. Yeah.
Okay. So you're clear now with this, right? For prepare.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's move on. Key. What is the key success factors for the implementation? Basically, we emphasize more on what is necessary, what is the mindset they need to have before the project execution, right? During the kickoff itself. Then project execution and highlights. Then what is the risk that we have? Then the communication. How do we communicate for this project? That's all. Okay. So this is a very high level kickoff PPT that I have shown you. I mean, you can build on top of this. Whatever that you need, you can still build on top of this. For example, project governance. How do you govern? What is the cadence that you will follow? What are all the different templates that you will utilize? So there are a
Mm-hmm.
lot of n number of things that you can attach as part of the kickoff. Again, that depends on the target audience which you will have during your kickoff meeting.
Okay.
Okay. So are you clear of this? I mean, just as for you to get a very brief understanding of how it is actually done.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the next thing is project management plan. Okay, the content and things will pretty much be the same as that of a project charter. Okay. Few things how you will manage is basically what will be here. How do you manage your project schedule? How do you manage your project WBS? Project tracking basically. Okay. Then how do you project tracking? I would say project governance is the right word. Project governance, project communication, then configuration management, then TR. For TR there is a conventions, right? We will put certain conventions for everyone to follow it uniformly. Okay. For example, TR will be like a number, TR
Yes.
1434. Okay. Hyphen, we will ask everyone to put module first, then description of that. Let's say they are adding so sales order
Okay.
document type, then put their initials. Say for example, if I'm creating this TR, Sunil Kumar Bodi, SKB, I'll
Mm-hmm.
put date. So this might be one format. We will uniformly agree one format which we will follow during the execution of the entire project.
Okay.
Okay, so TR naming convention. This might be one topic. Then what else? I think the scope again will be part of this. How do we manage change requests?
Project naming convention would be different from TR conventions.
Project naming as such.
Like there is a name
uh,
to
pro-
every project.
No, no, that is already set. It will be set during your contracting stage itself.
Yeah, so that is different from the TR
Yeah,
convention.
yeah. TR is for individual consultants, individual activities that they do. All the configurations they will capture, right,
Yeah.
in a TR. So how everyone has to maintain it uniformly, so that tomorrow if you want to see what is in a TR, you will know who has done that. You can reach out to that person, ask them what is there in this TR.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
it's a uniform thing that is followed widely. Conventions might differ. However, it is important for anyone to set up a configuration uh, plan and a TR convention before start of the project.
Okay.
And then project templates, we will have a section for that. Then again, we might have project standards also. Project standards in the sense, um, any let's say, so I would say both are same. Project templates would be a section. Project standards, basically for any communication, this is how we should operate. For any document, it should all contain this. So any document should contain version management. It should contain the name of the author. It should segregate whether it's internal, external. It should have a author. So there are project details. So there is a specific template that you will follow, right? Those things. And how is your project folder structure? So how do you what thing to maintain? Which documents where to maintain? So there will be uh, a brief on how do you maintain your documents within the project shared folder.
Okay.
Okay, these things will form a part of your project management plan. How do you manage your project objectives? So these are all certain things which will be part of your project management plan. Then primarily risk management procedure. How do you manage risk? Okay, these are all certain things. This is very usual. For that matter, you just type what is the content in a project management plan. It will all be listed in Google. In BMP itself, it will be there. Okay, so whatever is applicable for you, you can try. You can just try to adopt that into your project management plan. For example, so do you see here? Critical success factor, stakeholder, WBS. What is the deliverable? Yeah, how basically you also will have deliverables management.
Mm-hmm.
How do you manage your deliverables? What's the you have already prepared your two things, right? Which is approval authority matrix. If you remember, I was talking about.
Which matrix?
Approval authority matrix.
Approval, yeah.
Yeah, so who will approve which document? Who's the delegation? What is their designation? So all these things, how do will there be L1 approval for what L1 will be there, for how many documents L2 will be there? So
Okay.
all these structured, how do we manage your deliverables also will be part of this plan. So again, this is not something that we can define for all the projects, but it depends on project to project, customer to customer. Certain customers, what they do is they have already a template in place. So you will have to use that. Otherwise, whatever is your internal templates that your PMO has given, you can again use that for the project. So it depends. So it differs customer to customer. Okay, so you're clear of this. Whatever you have seen, we have seen now is basically the deliverables that we have for the prepare phase. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And apart from this, okay, I'll put a separate sheet itself. Okay. Now let's list it down. Prepare phase deliverables. Okay, number 1 is project plan. Okay, if there is any doubts or clarifications that you have on any one of the topics that I'm typing, just feel free to stop me and ask your doubts. Okay, first thing, I prepare a project plan. Then I conduct I prepare kick off PPT. Okay, this is a deliverable for me. Then project charter, then project management plan. Okay, this I can still prepare irrespective of the consultant's intervention.
Okay.
It's not an issue, right? Then now I will also have my consultants parallelly executing GSA confirmation workshop. What are all the 3 workshops?
Fit data migration.
Yes. Then something about integration.
Okay. Interface inventory workshop.
Yeah. Before this, I missed out on 2 items. What are those? What was part of our?
Scope.
No, not the scope. What was part of the team members in the kickoff PPT? I also touched upon a point.
Baseline.
No, stakeholders matrix,
Oh, stakeholders matrix. Okay. Approval.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then kickoff PPT, project charter, project management plan, GSA confirmation workshop, data migration workshop, interface inventory workshop. All these 3 workshops will be run by your consultants, and they will produce the documents for all these 3. For this, they produce the report that I showed you yesterday, which you will
Mm-hmm.
consolidate. For this, they'll download the templates, they will share it over an email and and prepare an MOM and request an acknowledgement from the business process owners.
Okay.
Okay, this will become your deliverable. So does this. They prepare a similar report. What is inbound? What is outbound? What is the type of integration? Whether it is synchronous, asynchronous? What is the scenario? What are the fields? All these things they will prepare, and then they'll prepare a report, submit it to respective people, and get it confirmed, get it acknowledged. This is the deliverable. Okay. Parallelly, you will also prepare data migration strategy. First level of testing strategy will be in place. Training strategy will be in place. Okay. Data migration strategy, testing strategy, training strategy, and then what else? What else did we miss? Project management plan is here, charter is here. That's all I believe. We have covered up of everything. Yeah. Okay, this becomes your deliverables. And apart from this, you have a queue gate that will happen
Yeah.
at the end. And after this, your phase closure,
Sign off.
your sign off. Okay, this is your prepare phase basically.
Okay.
So you're clear of this now.
Yeah.
Um, you can remember it as a story. Okay, you find out you who are your stakeholders in the project. Then you find out who is who is the authority, basically who gives approvals for what. You have to
Mm-hmm.
find out. Then you prepare a plan. Based on the plan, you kick off the. You prepare a plan. Basically, you yourself prepare a plan based on the contractual dates that you have got from your contract. Then you prepare a kickoff PPT, and based on the PPT, you prepare a charter. And after charter, you have to consolidate and say this is how we are going to work together in this project. That is a project management plan. Then consultants will run business process. Only three things. One is business process, what to do. Number two, which is data migration. How to where is data? What do we do with that? Number three, what are the third party systems? What do we do with that? You build a strategy for these three things, and then you prepare the system for fit to standard workshop. This is done by the consultant. Then you do a Q gate, you do a phase closure. Very simple.
Sure.
Okay. This is your prepare phase. Any doubts on this part? Because now prepare phase is done. This is where predominantly all of your efforts will go into. Rest is all about coordination, monitoring, and controlling. This is where you determine how you will execute the project, how you will run your project, and you will set the stage with your customer, with your consultants. Okay, so if
Yep.
you're clear of this, maybe let's move on to the work stream and try to cover a few concepts there.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So, so what we will be looking at is project management work stream, basically. Okay, this is, let me move on to that, I think. Maybe I'll share you this book also. I may
Okay.
not be able to cover up the entire theoretical part, which is not relevant for you also at this point of time. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
you can read through it whenever you get some time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just touch upon the most. I will just scroll through pages, and we will probably cover up on what is most important for us for the next maybe two sessions.
Okay. So we'll be sharing the PPT also.
That PPT I'll share. Whatever I presented on the screen, that PPT I'll share, and this document I'll share to you.
Yes.
Yeah. This document, yeah, maybe I'll share it to you. It's fine. You can. Now I think you will have to. This is an old document, by the way. This is not new.
Mm-hmm.
I downloaded it probably at 2021 or 2022 when I got certified. Okay. However, the latest document, I don't think you will be able to download it. You will only have to pay in Learning Hub and get that.
Oh, okay.
And it's all only readable through online. You cannot download the entire version. Even if you have to download, you have to print each page and then download build a book. So you'll have to print three or three times to get a book.
Oh.
Okay, that's how they have made now because of a lot of plagiarism. So
Mm.
this document might slightly be outdated, but for sure it's not too much outdated. If you want
Mm-hmm.
a latest version, you may have to buy it in Learning Hub. But I think it's not necessary for you to do at this point of time. You just observe. Try to understand this document. This should be very sufficient for you to grasp at this point of time. Then later you execute the projects. You try to get, grab. You try to get into an implementation project. Try to relate yourself with whatever your learnings are out of this course. And once you get a fair idea under someone, then when you actually execute projects, At that point, maybe you can buy that license and start learning the latest things. That's how I would recommend you. Do not get into that zone right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first thing is, okay, it's just an introduction. See, we have, I think, around 60 odd pages for
Mhm.
project management workstream alone. All right. First thing is Scrum. Basically, this is something. How does Activate is adapted out of Scrum? Sorry,
Okay.
Agile, not Scrum. Scrum is just a subset of Agile. So Agile is what adopted to build or to bring up the concept of Activate within SAP. So SAP works a different way, right? So that's why they have built their own methodology in the SAP world, which is called as Activate. However, the foundation is going to be Agile only. So
Mhm.
by Agile, I mean it's not necessary that it's completely Agile. Only few portions of an SAP project can be Agile. Others should be waterfall or hybrid.
Okay.
Okay, many a times. So I mean, this pictures that just explain you that part. So if you check the first thing, delta design product backlog. Now
Mhm.
the very reason why I spent so much of time explaining you those terminologies is when I go in through these books, you must be able to understand the terminologies that is listed here. So if at any point of time you don't understand or you want to recollect any one of the terminologies, feel free to stop me.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Mhm.
I would recommend if you can spend some time over this weekend to at least learn whatever we have done in the past.
Yeah,
Learn
this
meaning,
for sure I will do it. I can also, that I'm forgetting. This weekend I'll sit down.
yeah. So because otherwise, I'll still keep talking about the old stories. I'll not be able to give you fresh information about what has to be understood in these topics.
Yeah, even I'm realizing the same thing is being repeated. This time I'll cancel all my plans and I'll sit down and study this weekend.
Yeah, it's better, I think. All
Yeah.
right. So what you have to concentrate is I had covered those two sessions wherein I mean I think three sessions wherein I had explained all the phases and terminologies, right? That is something that you need to understand very deeply. And second thing is you just try to go through whatever notes I have shared and try to understand the terminologies completely. That
Okay.
should be enough. Okay, even though you don't have time to go through the entire recordings of the last 14-15 hours, at least do this part, which I think you'll be able to do it in the at least 4-5 hours. 2-3 hours per day should be enough for you to
Yeah.
complete that.
Mhm.
Okay, so number one is delta design and product backlog. Okay, S1, S2, and 3. S1, S2, S3 basically represents your sprints.
Okay.
So what this means is that, so if your realize is very extended, if your realize is for running for 6 months,
Mhm.
and you're supposed to do objects, 100 objects for example, okay, you can split it in sprints. So the first 3 months I will be, or I mean it cannot be first 3 months. 1 month for configuration, let's say. I'm giving you just a rough estimate for you to relate to. Okay, this might not be the actual case, just a rough estimate. Out of the
Okay.
6 months of realize, now I've started configuration. There is 100 objects for risers that the team development team, ABAP team has to build. Now what happens is I can take it through sprints. How this works? I have prioritized. There is MSCW. The must will be, let's say, 20, should will be 25, could would be 25, and again would be 20. So this is our segregation that we have had. Okay, this is how we have selected the 100 objects. So I can have it in sprint wise. So first I will release must and should for sprint one. You can start
Mhm.
testing those things as part of the phase, and you go do the solution walkthrough for those things. Then the second sprint, I'm going to give you the rest of the 50 objects. You can then go take a second level of solution walkthrough for those objects. However, the standard configuration will all be shown. Whatever is the impacted business processes of those 50 objects, that will be showcased in the second sprint. So we can also do it like this. For large scale projects, for small scale projects, it's never the case. 40 objects in the example that I showed you, in the kickoff PPT that I showed you, there was 40 objects, right? What we
Yeah.
did was only one sprint. I complete all my configuration. I do my testing. I complete all the developments. I do my testing. I complete all the roles and authorization configuration. I do my testing. I go at one shot. I showcase in quality. I move it to quality. I test it myself again, and then I showcase it in quality and move it to production. That's one shot without sprints. You can also do it in sprints, is what they are trying to say in this picture.
Okay.
Okay. However, where we will follow this is predominantly in support. At least out of my experience, I only follow this in support. The reason being, in support, you will have a number of backlog items. Each week, I take a call with the business, reprioritize things, take a few sprints. Okay, for the next 2 weeks, we'll concentrate on the 10 items. I will deliver all the 10 items and then I focus on the next item for the next week. Next 10 items. So that's how agile way of working in SAP will happen in the support phase. However, it's not something that is very particular to support. It can also be happening in the implementation phases as well for large scale product, for large scale enterprises. Okay, how this is actually waterfall is that will you be able to complete your configuration without concluding on the design document? The answer is no, right? So without you finalizing on what the configuration has to be done, how many company codes, how many employees, what are all the different positions you need to configure, what are all the different compensation types that you can configure, all these things, if it is not concluded, there is no point in you doing a configuration and doing the developments, no. So once after you close each phase and move on only, you will be able to do certain things. So all the activities in certain, in the SAP projects are waterfall. However, there are few things that you can run parallelly. As I told you,
Mm-hmm.
you can run configuration, development, roles and authorization parallelly. This comes under agile. You are doing it parallelly. However, without doing all of these things, you cannot do a solution walkthrough. This becomes waterfall.
Okay.
So SAP project, in my opinion, is a hybrid method. It's not completely agile. It's not completely waterfall. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So sprint. So these are all certain things that I think you would already know. You know what a sprint, right? It's basically a
Yeah.
time box, either
Yes.
15 days or 1 month, depends on the organization and the projects that you're handling. And
Mm-hmm.
these are all the different activities. So we will anyway cover this up during our agile. So I'm not going to focus too much on this part right now. Okay, basically you have three different sprints, which is foundation, building, and firm up. You're aware of these or?
No, I'm not, but I will understand it. It will not take very much
Yeah, okay. In
time.
terms, how do you relate it to SAP is that I was talking about core configuration. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Organizational master data.
Mm.
This forms your foundation sprint. Okay. What they are trying to do here is they're just trying to relate the terms of agile, whatever that we have in agile, to what is in SAP, how we execute in SAP. Okay, the
Okay.
foundation sprint is basically your organization structure setup and master data structure setup. Building sprint is your main configuration.
Okay.
Okay, your extensions, what is your test scenarios, all those stuff. Then firm up sprint is your fixes. So you have done something, it's all working fine. You go for UAT, you test everything. There are bugs, there are bugs that is getting raised. You fix
Mm.
all those bugs, and you build a proper product that can be deployed into the production. This is firm up sprint. Okay, these are three different things. It is just that you're trying to relate agile way of working to how an SAP project actually works. Three
Mhm.
different setups, three different types of sprint. One is foundation, other one is this building sprint, then your firm up sprint. The first one is for your core configuration. The other one for your main configuration. Then the other one is for your bug fixes. All right. So
Yeah.
this is the foundation. Then this is all something which is very again they will try to dig deep and relate to the terminologies of agile, the user stories, all
Mm-hmm.
those stuff which I don't think we'll be utilizing in actual case. If you are a company that utilizes Jira to execute a SAP project, then yes, you might use. But otherwise, this is not something that has worked out, at least for me. Never in my last organization we have spoke about the concept of user story or epic or a theme for any SAP project.
Okay, we are using Jira.
So if you are someone who uses Jira, are you using Jira for support?
Yes.
It will work for support. It will not work for implementation.
Maybe.
Okay. It will work. You can still make it work, but it will not be that effective, is what I'm trying to say. There are separate tools in the market which is very specifically built for SAP transformations.
Okay, so what are the tools? What tool do you use?
No, we were actually using an in-house tool that was built, that was a SaaS product,
Mm-hmm.
KTERN, KTERN.
Okay.
Okay, so you can probably check that out. Uh, that has an option for you to relate the project plan and the GSI. So I
Mm.
was talking about tracking, right? So you need to track. It's not important to track the configuration. It's important for you to track within the configuration which module, which item is configured, which process is configured, which is not, as a project manager. Else you will not understand the progress, right?
Yeah.
So if there are 10 days which you have given for configuration, you need to know, okay, master data is now configured. Within master data, what is actually configured? Vendor is configured. Material master is configured. Then purchasing info records is configured. So these things you need to relate. So you will be able to track it down to that level. Yes, in Jira also it's possible to
Mm-hmm.
track, but it won't be that effective. It is not that user friendly, to be
Okay.
honest.
So the
But in
cloud.
support you can use.
Mhm. All right. So the cloud platforms like Azure, AWS, can we use that for implementation?
No, Azure AWS are just cloud services, right? Not for you to track and monitor the project execution.
Yeah, but they do have Azure board and like most.
Um, Maybe, to be honest, I have not seen that.
Okay.
Uh, because when you're in SAP, I don't think there is a few times you have Redmine, few times you have Zoho tool, then fewer times you have ServiceNow. So there are different tools
Now it's.
that you can
Mm.
use, but Azure boards, to be honest, I'm not really that aware of.
Okay.
Maybe I'll also check that out, at least for my understanding. Let me see.
Okay.
All right. So this is something that you can go through. I'm not going to go into the details of all these tables because there'll be a lot of tables that you will see here. Okay. See, this business process configuration, these are all, if you are familiar with whatever terminologies and activities that we have discussed so far, you will be able to understand these uh, tables within seconds. Okay, else it will take some time for you to process and Google about that and learn. So you see all these things, testing
Yeah.
strategy.
Yeah.
functional test scenario, integration test scenario, business roles and authorization,
Hmm.
management concept, user stories. This is for security. So these are different uh, work streams basically. This is your extensibility work stream. This is your testing work stream. This is your security work stream, roles and authorization basically. This is your business process, configuration, design and configuration work stream. So what is the sprint that you will use is what they are trying to say, is what they are trying to cover up in the individual tables that they have provided. This is just their way. Like, if you see, they have segregated in different sprints. So this is basically your this thing, explore phase. Then you have foundation sprint. You have two things. Then you have a firm up sprint. Okay, you can get into the details of this during your free time. If you have
Mhm.
any doubts, maybe you can let me know.
Yeah.
Then again, this is a release which is
Hmm.
very simple for you to understand. You have several sprints, and after you're done with several sprints, you whichever is your most viable product, you can be releasing that into the production system. Okay. Releases. So if you see, releases are required since large integrated product increments require development activities outside sprints. Okay, this is not something for you to understand right now. You can just, these are all basically definitions. Okay, very generic definitions, which you can go through it later. Then you know how they are relating to the sprint and whatever we discussed now. So they have basically summarized it here. So your foundational sprint is your general settings, and you have built. You take it incrementally, build one, build two, then whatever, like I told you, 50 objects you have built, configuration you have done. You showcase that, you do a firm up, you release it, then you do sprint three, sprint four, you showcase that, and then finally you deploy everything into the production during the deploy phase. Okay, this forms the release one. So there are chances, as I told you, previously I was referring to wave concept, no?
Yeah.
So wave one can be this. Wave two can be a separate again, a different story,
Oh.
different again after this. So let's say this is happening in 2025. In 2026, you might have wave two. This is
Mm-hmm.
wave one, you have wave two. Okay. Then this is again a scrum. Um, this I don't think you will need because that's too. Okay, we will cover these two. This I think I have to cover, but I believe it will be beneficial if you try to spend some time understanding those terminologies which we discussed, because everywhere you see delta requirements,
Yeah.
backlog, explore phase, then all the same things will pop up. All the same terminologies I'll be repeating. Solution validation workshop A, which is basically your fit to standard. Then fit
Mm-hmm.
to gaps, workshop B. So this is all we'll keep repeating. So if we have to complete it quickly or cover up the topics quickly, then it's better if you revise your foundations and keep that ready. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll try to cover things up quickly from tomorrow. 68 we are closing at, and tomorrow we'll start at 68.
Okay.
Okay, so for today, I'll share you that kickoff presentation. You can try to understand that,
Mm-hmm.
and I will share you this thing once we cover up a considerable portion.
Okay.
Okay, once we complete maybe your project management work stream, I'll share this document to you so that you can try to learn the stuff. Okay, in that case, tomorrow is Thursday. Will you be there or?
No, today was today. Oh, tomorrow is Thursday. Okay. 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 Let me just check my calendar. Okay. So at 8:30 I have a meeting. I can take classes from 9 to 10, like a half an hour before our time. Like I am starting now at 9:30,
Okay.
so I can start at 9 to 10.
Which is in Indian time, you're trying to
Like
say half an hour
Indian
before.
half an hour before, yes.
Okay, so we are starting at 8 o'clock. So tomorrow at 7:30 we can start.
Yeah, 7:30 we can start.
Okay, done.
Okay.
Okay, will it be okay if we start by 7 tomorrow?
7 is
1 hour before our designated time.
no, at 8:30 a.m., like 7 p.m. I have a call.
Okay, okay, it's
Yeah.
fine then. We'll catch up at 7:30 in that case.
Yes.
Thank you. See you tomorrow. Take
Okay.
care.
Okay. Yeah. Bye.